and have done this in many cycles now. In many games, I have witnessed them go into that suicide lane and completely dominate. So I would not be too surprised to see that again. I think that
Double damage rune might give a little bit of an edge there to Lord moving forward. But we see a Lava Surge in the bot lane onto Rally. Crippling Pollen will connect, and there's the ball lightning. The damage from the Stormblades, but Rally gets a compel out to safety, and now Magnus is the one in trouble as he uses the Steam Bath. Here comes the Chrysalis in response, going to heal up Magnus, and he has another Lava Surge ready to go. They're turning it on to Master of Arms. Will this be the Bloodlust kill? Who will go down first? The Master of Arms will fall, and TimTeam will get the Bloodlust kill onto the Monarch. They're not done just yet, though. There's the Golden Apple used by Engineer. A beautiful compel stun, but Magnus, one more auto attack was needed. He gets the Lava Surge up to safety, and now Rally is the one who's in trouble. He turns it around on a Magnus. Magnus will fall, but it will come at the cost of Rally's life, so it ends up being a 2-for-1 in the end in favor of TimTeam. Base to refill his bottle, so that's going to give a little bit more space to Lord Sulfuras. So great heads up play there. I believe the Benzington camped the top rune. Now that did actually hold that thought as we have action in the tri lane. The Engineer is going to fall here. Hopefully Paradise got that as I was blabbing as I normally do, but we're going to see a Lava Surge come out here onto Master of Arms, and this is going to be 2 kills the way of TimTeam's tri lane. So a 2-for-0 exchange here as they now jump out to a 4-1 hero kill lead. But while this is going on in the top lane, we have Lord Sulfuras porting in to try to help here as Tempest goes for a dive, and he will pay with it for his life. He gets caught out there, doesn't go for the elemental.
It can be, they can have a bit of a risk-reward sort of factor as he does rotate into the short lane.
No, I completely agree with you. When a Tempest is... Oh, as we actually see, Gladiator gets hit with the Undying there. He ends up falling as he boards the base. But Ravenor, he will deny himself to Kongor there as he got in a really aggressive position. Looks like he took out the tower in the top lane. He would be much higher GPM. Top lane, we have a Ball Lightning coming out onto Benzington. We have Monarch and Tempest coming over, and I don't see Dutch getting out of this one. The Crippling Pollen going to keep him in place. He does get the Joust off, but 4 players the way of TimTeam up here. You could argue that that is a lot of resources for a Benzington kill. The quicker you get that Portal Key Shrunken Head combination, you're really setting yourself up for success. We're going to see an initiation here on the Rally. The Lava Surge comes in. They even use the Elemental Void. I actually think that wasn't necessary, but they get the kill nonetheless. Now mid lane, while this is going on, Gladiator uses the Call to Arms, but he is getting gone on here. Morris Certissimo will come in, and that will secure the kill. It's a serial killer streak. Now Tempest does not have his Elemental Void ready to go, but they put out a lot of pressure here on the Benzington. He has the Soul Trap debuff on him. Will he be able to survive this? It's got 3 more seconds on it. Magnus will miss the Lava Surge as the Joust will get him to safety, but Tempest ends up falling here as Engineer gets credit for that kill. He will go down to the tower here, it looks like, as Monarch gets credit for that serial killer streak. Magnus will Steam Bath, and he will be just fine. Not a whole lot of mana remaining on the Sulfuras to go for a return. As you can see, the Rev Ward coming out here for Monarch on the more popular position. Unfortunately going to miss, but we have action here in the mid lane as Gladiator catches a pitfall onto Engineer. Engineer will use the energy field, but I believe that will only delay the inevitable as he does end up falling. So great catch coming out here. So he's actually sitting on 200 gold per minute. Very good for himself. As we see a Nightfall coming out in the top lane. Ravenor with the Ball Lightning down. The Joust will connect, and that means Ravenor is no more. The Undying on top of that Nightfall, just too much damage for Ravenor to handle. And with that death, he will now drop to 340 gold per minute. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, we have an Elemental Void being used. It will be enough for a kill on the Master of Arms as they get 2 kills the way of both Rally and Master of Arms, so they make some kills happen in the mid lane. Hasted Tempest coming into play there, and looks like they're not done just yet. They're going to turn this into a tier 1 tower push.
Yep, showdown onto Sulfuras, so I do think they might go
to deal with a Shrunken Head Tempest, but yeah, well, actually, hold that thought as we actually see a kill here. Benzington gets a, I don't know if that was actually a solo kill
to go for, whether it be that Portal Key first, that Shrunken Head, perhaps
River, we're going to have Magnus getting gone on here. He uses a Lava Surge defensively. He avoids the Keg Stun, but here comes Rally as he compels in Engineer, and that will be the kill secured there onto the Magnus necessarily.
Could be a drop on Sulfuras, yeah.
Rally gets a nice 2-man compel stun. Here comes the Seismic Slam. It will land on a Tempest. The Chrysalis will come out, but here comes the Nightfall from Benzington. Elemental Void will come out. It lasts about 2 seconds, but they will get the kills onto both Monarch and Tempest. And now Ravenor, he will go for the TP. Will it be successful? Yes, it will. The compel stun, not in time, unfortunately, as we see it. That power overwhelming, building those stacks. I think the Ravenor is very, very scary. But speaking of him, we're going to see a beautiful Cleansing Wind coming up to remove that Compel stun. And here comes the Undying, but it's going to stop the initiation. So Ravenor will be just fine. Engineer will use the energy field here, catching the Monarch. And Lord Self-Force will pick up that kill with the more Certissima nuke. So they do get a kill nonetheless, but it was not the hero they were hoping to pick up. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, Benzington, he does pick up a solo kill there on the Gladiator. I actually missed how that happened, but Gladiator being brought down there. Great job from Dutch to pick up that solo kill. As their Ravenor does respawn now. We'll see if they look to take a team fight here. Tempest, he's going to go ahead and use that Glacial Blast stun, but Rally is here with a Compel stun. Here comes the Crystals immediately onto Tempest. Will he be able to line up his Elemental Void? He gets bursted down by the Lance Long from Benzington. Eruption coming out in the background, but not dealing the most damage, and they're going to lose both the Tempest and the Monarch. Magnus forced to fall back, so it ends up being a 2-for-0 engagement here.
That many influx of heroes.
Ravenor could be in some trouble here. We see the port coming in from Rally. Benzington here with the double damage as well. Compel Stun comes in and Joust to follow it up. That Ward of Sight giving them so much information. Bringer. Lava Search here in the mid lane onto Master of Arms. He's going to get completely caught out as the Crippling Pawn into the ball lightning.
Jormantis Bane versus Nullfire is quite an interesting debate because I think I'm a fan of both items myself.
Or with the Invisor, and he's going to miss the ball lightning. What a sidestep coming out here from Benzington. The Master's Call is going to come out, and look at that damage coming out as he's trying to go for a return kill. The Lance Along will not connect. The Lava Surge is going to connect. Meanwhile, over in the Bot River Energy Field did catch Gladiator off guard, and they do get the kill, so there is no team support coming for Benzington. They do end up trading 1-for-1. Monarch will eventually sacrifice himself as the Magnus will make the escape here, but Tempest, he's in some trouble. He does pick up that portal key. He's going to use the bottle. Sip's going to try to get himself to safety, and it looks like he will be just fine.
A little bit later in the game with regards to the true damage and everything.
So I think the staff is a great item on Tempest. I think it's just an issue of getting to that stage of the game because that requires a lot of farm. And one thing I also want to bring up is that I do feel like having a Resto Stone, I think having the threat of 2 Elemental Voids, we actually have an initiation here. The Nightfall's coming out. Here comes the Tempest Elemental Void. It's not going to be cancelled right away. And this is Team Tim's turn to retaliate as the Chrysalis will keep Magnus alive for now. But Lord Sulfuras, he's holding his ground. Will he be able to get the return kill? He gets the kill on the Magnus. He will fall in the end. It ends up being a 2-for-3 exchange in favor of Team Tim. But here comes Rally with the Seismic Slam. It lands onto Monarch. That will be a kill as a double tap coming out for Volca on that Rally. Here's the Shrunken Head being activated by Ravenor, but he's not going to be able to pick up the distance onto his target as he doesn't have the portal key. And Master of Arms is all by himself. Will he be able to make the escape? It looks like it. The ball lightning will unfortunately miss, and that will conclude the team outweighs the benefit of having one with less cooldown. We're going to have a Compel Stun land here onto the Monarch. No Slam going to be used. The Chrysalis is used defensively here, but it looks like a Magnus will channel an Eruption. He jumps in. He's going to only land it onto the Lord Self-Forest with that Barrow Rattle being used, so not a whole lot of damage coming out. And Ravenor, he's heading to the top lane. It looks like they are content with giving up this Kongor over to BigEgoCrew. So this one will fall here in their favor. Now, their own Kongor not going to spawn here for another 3 minutes, I believe, so I don't think it's going to be in time to drop a Token of Life. We're going to see Gladiator actually get picked off here as he gets caught between the Rally and the Engineer.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, we have a Compel Stun landing here onto the Gladiator. Look at that damage coming out from the Seismic Slam. Engineer with the final auto attacks. Rally actually getting credit for that kill. So they once again pick off the Gladiator. 70 seconds. He does not have a buyback once again. Will BigEgoCrew look to try to turn this into a second Rax push?
Yeah, at least all of them. So yeah, I think after this Kongor, we should see a push in towards
Nightfall coming into the Bot River. Here comes the Elemental Void, locking down both the Rally and the Sir Benzington. There's the Elder Parasite activated on the Ravenor, and the damage comes through. They get 2 kills as Benzington, he was getting very close to finishing his Shrunken Head. Here, we're going to see Engineer use the energy field on the Gladiator. Call to Arms will come out. They do have a stopper to that TP with the Tablet of Command from Engineer, and Undying is applied now. Here comes the Barrier Chrysalis coming out in defense onto Gladiator. The Shrunken Head is popped, and Gladiator will fall. Monarch and Tempest need to be careful now. Lord Self-Forest, he's outputting tons of damage. He's going to use the more Certissima, but now Ravenor is here. Here comes the Master's Call. Will they be able to save the Lord Salforus. He's taking so much damage. The Ravenor pounding in the auto attacks, and now he's turning his attention onto the Engineer. There is a portal key coming up in 1 more second. He cannot get it off. A 2-man compel into Seismic Slam deletes both the Ravenor and the Magnus. Huge plays coming out from Big Ego Crew as they secure themselves 3 kills. There is still no Elemental Void for 60 seconds, so a big part of why this fight is going the way of Big Ego. He will be probably looking to upgrade that into a Hyper Crown as his next item. We'll have to wait and see, but we're going to have Ravenor jump in here with the Shrunken Head onto Rally, it looks like. Elemental Void will lock down the Rally. Lord Salforus walks into the hole. It will eventually wear out. Ravenor does end up falling, and they do get the kill onto Rally. Ravenor will buy back. Tempest will get hit with a Crystal Sphere from Monarch, but this will delay the inevitable. The Undying was applied. Magnus now trying to man up here. Buyback happening from Gladiator as well, as he did fall. A lot of buybacks coming into play here. Double tap coming out for Ravenor, but here's Bensington with the Nightfall as he comes back into the fight. He's going for a kill onto Magnus. He picks up a hat trick. He's trying to make it a quad kill, but he's going to get pulled back here from the showdown. And another buyback happening from Monarch. There are so many buybacks, BKB. What's going on here? As Big Ego Crew, they lose the Rally and the Engineer, so only 2 players falling for them in this fight, but several buybacks happening on the side of TimTeam.
Loads of buybacks, as you say, but I think it's too little too late at this stage. If it was me in his situation, I think the best choice would probably be Rift Shards, just because they need the extra damage boost. Yes, Rift Shards is an extremely, top
But they're going to get the kill here onto Bensington. That was without the Elemental Void, so great catch coming out here. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, they get the counter kill onto Gladiator. Tempest, he's going to get initiated on here. The Undying coming out. The Elemental Void will lock down Lord Salforus before he ends up falling. Bensington with the buyback. He nightfalls in, but is he going to go down? He gets the Shrunken Head off, but he took a lot of damage here. He's going to turn it around, and both the Ravenor and the Magnus do end up falling. It's a double tap coming out for Lord Salforus as he holds his ground and he survives that Elemental Void. The GGs are called as the full Genocide comes out, and Big Ego Crew will take game number 1 here of the finals in cycle number 8 as the concede vote.